Hello everyone. In this lecture, we will look at interaction models and how they are used in system modeling. Modeling user interaction is important as it helps to identify user requirements. Modeling system-to-system interaction highlights the communication problems that may arise. Modeling component interaction helps us understand if a proposed system structure is likely to deliver the required system performance and dependability. Sequence, communication, timing, interaction overview UML diagrams may be used for interaction modeling. In this slide, you see a sequence diagram. Sequence diagrams are part of the UML and are used to model the interactions between the actors and objects within the system. A sequence diagram shows the sequence of interactions that take place during a particular use case or use case instance. The actors and objects involved are listed along the top of the diagram, with a dotted line drawn vertically from these. These dotted vertical lines are called lifelines in sequence diagrams, and they represent the passage of time as it extends downward. The next element of the sequence diagram we are looking at is called an activation box, which lies along the dotted line. Activation boxes represent the time needed for an object to complete the task. The longer the task will take, the longer the activation box becomes. So this is, as you may have noticed, can be a good indicator to judge the performance of the proposed system for the given sequential diagram. The sequence diagrams can show some logic. In this example, you see an alternative fragment. It denotes a choice or alternative flows. To represent alternatives, use the labeled rectangle shape with a dashed line inside. In this example, we see what message and interactions occurs when authorization is valid and when it is invalid. The interactions between objects are indicated by annotated arrows. The one with a straight solid line arrow shows the ongoing request from one object timeline to another. This request usually is a method call. On the other hand, it's not limited to method calls. It could be used to show a request to API. The arrow with the dashed line shows the message received back. Usually, it denotes the returned data. For the additional notations, use the link provided at the left part of the screen to learn additional features of the sequence diagram. A communication diagram is a diagram that shows the interactions between elements at runtime in pretty much the same manner as a sequence diagram. While a sequence diagram emphasizes the time and order of events, a communication diagram emphasizes the message exchange between objects in an application. Communication diagrams are effective at visualizing inter-object relationships, while sequence diagrams are more effective at visualizing processing over time. Communication diagrams employ ordered, labeled associations to illustrate processing. Numbering is important to indicate the order and nesting of processing. A dynamic diagram can be useful when you want to show how elements in a static model collaborate at runtime in order to implement user story, use case, feature, and etc. This dynamic diagram is based upon a UML communication diagram previously known as a UML collaboration diagram. It is similar to a UML sequence diagram, although it allows a free-form arrangement of diagram elements with numbered interactions to indicate ordering. Let's summarize this lecture. Modeling interactions is important as it highlights interaction paths and possible problems. Modeling user interactions is important as it helps to identify user requirements. Modeling system-to-system interaction highlights the communication problems that may arise. Modeling component interaction helps us understand if a system structure is good enough to fulfill efficiency and dependability requirements. Thank you for watching the Interaction Models lecture in system modeling. Hope to see you in the next lecture.